A foaming rinseless wash? Stick around and see what this is all about. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ryan. This is Fine Detailing. Thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time, please consider liking and subscribing. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, guys. Again, I'm not a big rinseless wash guy, but this one intrigued me. I don't buy every single one to review. Today in the shop, we have McKee's 37 foaming rinseless wash. This is F914. The F is for foaming, and you may all know the OG N914. This is their regular rinseless wash. Now, this is a new one that says it foams. We're gonna test it out. We're gonna see how it does. I don't know, I watched Nick's video and I just think people have probably had a demand for a foaming rinseless wash. O&R did one, Detail Co has done one. I don't know if anyone else has any foaming rinseless washes. I'm still trying to figure out the point of it. Like if you want foam, just use soap. Like just use soap and like wash your car and like foam it. But I'm gonna come in and just be totally honest and try and be open-minded. See the value in rinseless. I do rinseless wash my car, so I'm not a rinseless hater. Just foaming rinseless confuses me a little bit. So please drop it in the thread why you would want to foam a rinseless wash versus just use a traditional soap. The theory in my mind, you know, rinseless wash is quicker. It doesn't kind of get in those nooks and crannies, and it's not hard to get kind of the foam out. But if you foam it, it's going to be harder to kind of get it out of those nooks and crannies. So I don't know. Sorry. I guess maybe I'm a little spicy today, but we're going to go ahead and check this out. I do think the N914 already kind of foams, so we'll test these out side by side. We'll do it in the bucket side by side. I'll let you know how I feel. Slickness and feel is subjective, but I will be as transparent as possible with you. I'm gonna dunk these in the water without using a grit guard, just to see if they release the dirt. And for you really friendly, awesome guys that really like to come after me in the comments that you're saying, oh, well, you didn't use the grit guard, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. I understand the point of a grit guard. From my experience over the years, using a rinseless wash sponge on the grit guard, if it's a halfway decent sponge, it'll be okay, but sometimes it tends to, the edges start to peel, right? So I prefer a rinseless wash, which again is primarily surfactant based. When you dunk it in there, or at least it's hybrid based, right? When you dunk it in the wash media and then you release it, it releases the dirt. To me, that makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Now, can you release the dirt by scrubbing it on the grit guard? Absolutely. I don't prefer rinseless washes that do that, right? So just preference. A couple other things changed here with the release of F914 is a new sponge. Now, I haven't checked the website as of filming this, but McKee's has had kind of their big gold sponge forever. This is kind of my old sponge. It's been around the block a little bit, but I've had this for many years. It's pretty soft. It's a pretty soft sponge. It's a great sponge. It's maybe softer than some of you would prefer. Now, I don't know, maybe a month ago, I noticed there was this running change that I don't know if Nick even announced from McKee's, but they put out this new sponge. And if you compare it to the two, you might not see too much difference at first on camera, but if you can tell, the edges are these are squared edges, and then these are shaved edges, right? So that's the first thing I noticed, where these are rounded, which is nice because the edges that have the slits here, those tend to fail or rip off. The other thing with this one, and it's, to be honest, I haven't used it a ton, but I have used it maybe 3 or 4 times. It is a firmer, let's see if I can show you. It is a firmer sponge. I'm trying to use the same amount of pressure. So it's firmer. So I noticed this, it's been pretty good. And then all of a sudden, there's another sponge from McKee's, a rinseless sponge. It's kind of that two-tone DIY detail feeling sponge. And I'll be honest with you, again, I'm not a big rinseless guy, so I don't have that legacy sponge from DIY. So it's black and yellow. Pretty good firmness. It's pretty similar. This is more firm, the original, or the second McKee's sponge that I'm holding here, and this is a little bit less. The first thing that stands out to me, guys, is this glue line, or this center line. I'm going to tell you right now, If you put this on your paint, you will most likely scratch the hell out of your paint, okay? Now, I don't know if this was a problem with the first DIY sponge. You guys let me know. I think I heard some of that feedback where like there was this weird glue line in the middle and a lot of you didn't like that. I don't know if the version 2 fixed that or whatever. This, like, I feel it. When I'm holding it in my hands, I can feel the sharpness of this glue line or whatever is holding this in between. That said, you can use these sides and you should have a safe experience. This is a hard pass for me though, on this, right? On this, God, I wish you had feel-o-vision and you could feel this. I don't know what the point is. Maybe we're gonna have the blacks so we can do lowers and we don't stain our sponge, and then we have the yellows for the upper, or we could use the black for wheels, and then you could use this for the rest of your car. That works, or you could just have 2 rinseless wash sponges, one that's black and one that's yellow. I don't know, up to you guys. And then, so I ordered the launch kit, and it came with a rinseless wash towel. You have this bad boy here. It's also 2-sided. Black and yellow for like the McKee's colors. 22 by 30 inch, 1200 GSM, split weave, terry blend microfiber towel. It doesn't tell you if it's Korean or Chinese. Yeah, guys, it feels okay. It feels good. It feels like your typical kind of, microfiber towel. You can tell it's double-sided split sewn here. You've got the black and you've got the yellow. I think it's a great size for rinseless wash. It's like not too big, so that'll be good. But yeah, we'll try this whole thing out. This was the launch kit that I purchased. It's still available on their website. By the way, disclosure, no one sent me this. I paid for this product on my own, and I paid $59.95 plus tax, and maybe there was like a discount code, so I paid around 60 bucks for the rinseless wash. So we'll give this a shot. One thing here, we'll give it the smell test. Don't huff chemicals. Oh yeah. Orange soda. That's my best. Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. Yeah, really, really good stuff compared to the OG McKee's. Just a real fresh and clean scent in that one. Oh, the dilution ratio is 2 ounces. It's like just N914. Rinseless wash concentrate, 1 ounce for every 2 gallons of water, or 256:1. Waterless, 1 ounce per gallon for every gallon. 2 ounces, sorry, foaming pre-soak. That's interesting. Foaming pre-soak, 2 ounces for every 32 ounce. Interior cleaning, 1 to 2 ounces for every gallon. So we're just gonna do traditional rinseless. So I have 10 liters in each bucket, or 10,000 milliliters. So we need 40, hold on. I don't want the internet to chop my head off. 39 mils, so 40 mils of product. Okay, exactly 40. We're gonna do it in our left bucket. Okay. And then we're gonna do a side-by-side on McKee's here. We're gonna do another 40 mil. Okay. So as you'd imagine, this stains the water pretty aggressively. Kind of looks like pee. That's N914, this is F914. So, yeah, you see those surfactants, right? Real foamy. All right, let's dry off my hand. Let's try this guy out. Pretty good, still, yeah. Just as foamy. Okay. McKee's 37 F914 Rinseless is the strongest rinseless wash in the McKee's 37 lineup. Powerful cleaner contains twice the amount of surfactants as our N914, along with foaming maximizes dwell to release stubborn dirt, grit, bug splatter. By utilizing rinse-free formula, F914 allows you to wash your car without using free flow source of water. Hyperconcentrated can be diluted. Okay. Okay. 32 ounces. 2 ounces. That's on the description. It says for foaming pre-spray. So if this is the only way it's supposed to foam, okay. There we go. Smells like orange soda in the garage, baby. This is actually really orangey liquid. I don't know if it's showing up with the exposure. I don't really love a super tinted wash like this because I do worry if it gets in the cracks and crevices, it could stain. Really good slickness. I'll give them that. Really, really good slickness. Now, I mean, there's a ton of product on the panel, so maybe that's why it's super slick. I'll try it as a traditional rinseless in a second. I'm just putting it over the foam. So over here, so it doesn't really kill the foam. Like if I like kind of come over it, right? It doesn't really like, what's the right word? It doesn't kill the foam with the sponge. When I come over it with just like regular rinseless, if I go in the bucket, squeeze it out, I'm still left with foam. Like it's not going away. But look, all this foam is stuck. That never happens with a rinseless, right? So I guess if I get my finger in there, I can get that foam and knock it down, but it's in all the cracks and crevices. Zero streaking, glass is crispy clean. I'll give them that, you know. Got some on the edges here. Let's see if this will focus. See that? So I'm just gonna dunk it without using it on the grit guard. If I have to use a grit guard, I'll use it. I'm not agitating it on anything, I'm just rotating it in the bucket. Okay. Oh wow. I'm not even gonna squeeze it. I'm not even gonna squeeze it. Clean AF, ladies and gentlemen. I did not agitate this on anything. Cleans like a son of a gun. I'm gonna do N914 versus F914 just as a traditional rinseless and try and tell you, you know, if there's a slickness difference. So this is N914. Here's F914. Look the exact same. it's not a negative, I'm just telling you there's no difference on spray on. For the N914, I'm gonna use the newer McKee's one. It's a little firmer. Now to be fair, these have different coatings on them. This has pans, this has ADS. So the pans right now feels a little slicker. Let's go down to the paint. Okay, so now on the paint, the N914 feels slicker. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, again, I don't know if surfactants means less slick, but N914 definitely feels slicker, guys. I'm gonna put it in a foam cannon. So I have that 32 ounce, I have a full foam cannon. We're gonna do another 2 ounces. Weirdly raining in Phoenix, so we're gonna foam this on. Can someone just tell me the point of this in the comments, please? Please just tell me, like, what's the point? So let's start with the positives. The Rinseless smells really, really good. It smells like orange soda, so I mean, I guess, yeah, if you're not a citrus fan, you won't like it. Smells good. From what I can tell, I went and did some panels. Cleans really, really well. It releases dirt really, 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 really well. I didn't even have to like squeeze it out. It like shot the dirt off the pad. So those are the top two there. So if you want a massively cleaning rinseless, it seems, and a really good smelling rinseless, I think this is a great product. The areas of opportunity here, I don't really think it foams super well. In a IK foamer at 32 ounces of water and 2 ounces of product, we got some, you know, runny foam. To me, I just like I really wouldn't consider that foam. I think that's a stretch. I guess in theory, like that's what that was that we were looking at, but it was just super runny. So that's what you're going to get, right? And maybe if you want to use pure DI water, you can try it. I used, that water was from my tap, from my sink. It wasn't super like clingy, high cling foam, but I guess maybe that's not the point with the Rinseless. But when I hear foaming Rinseless, that's kind of where my mind goes to. So I wasn't very impressed with it, but when we foam it on the car, all those, like I talked about, all those little foam pieces are kind of left in the nooks and crannies, and kind of creates just more work, I guess. I don't know the point of a foaming Rinseless, guys. Just let me know in the comments. Like, you feel free to educate me, because if I don't know, I don't know, and I'm gonna be very honest with you. I guess I could see it as like, okay, if I wanted to do a hybrid wash, I could put it in the foam cannon, you know, pre-foam like I just did, get the majority of the dirt off, come back and then Rinseless wash and do my contact wash. But it doesn't even foam that well in the cannon. So why not just use a soap? Why not use a foaming soap? You know what I mean? Slickness, N914 is slicker than F914. The towel is okay. I think there's better ones out there. It's not bad at all. It's actually out of the box. I haven't washed it, so it may soften up. It's black and yellow. Pretty cool looking towel. Good, perfect size for Rinseless. I don't really have any negative notes about the towel. The sponge is a real hard pass for me. It has this sharp of an edge. Now, it might just be glue. I'm not saying it's glass or metal or something. I think it is glue, but I would never put this on my car. All right, sponge is a hard pass for me. I hope they bring back, or if it's, you know, if it's coming back, this version of the McKee's Gold Sponge. The McKee's Gold Sponge has been my absolute favorite sponge of all time. So I like the shaved edges of this one. Again, I haven't searched their website. I don't know if it's still available, but this would be the go-to. And again, I don't know if they were having issues getting them made or something. I have no idea. All right, guys, like, look, you see most of my reviews. I try to be positive, try to give you the silver linings on things. Hopefully I did that, and it's a great cleaner. It smells really well. And if you want a little foam in the bucket, it's great. It's not for me. Let me know your comments and thoughts in the thread. Again, sorry to be negative, guys. I hope the feedback there is constructive for the company. I'm not super impressed, but you that love Rinseless, you might freak out and absolutely love it. So again, drop your comments in the thread. Let me know, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye all.